to describe how your heart looks at the moment to us is like a block of Swiss cheese.
And he said, look, Graham, you're not going anywhere. I'm like, well, why? He said, look, you've had a heart attack.
Having that experience, it left me with psychological issues. I couldn't leave the house.
I said to the nurse, is it all right if I sit up? And she said, it's not indigestion, you're having a heart attack. By the time primary care got to me, I felt fine. I felt a bit embarrassed at actually calling them out. They did do an ECG. On the ECG, this is what they told me, that it didn't actually show up, but we'll take you as a precautionary measure to A&E at Preston. And of course I got indigestion again. And I said to the nurse, is it all right if I sit up? And she said, it's not indigestion, you're having a heart attack.
Was feeling short of breath and having dizzy spells. Went to my doctors to get checked out, and before I knew it, I was being whisked off to Chorley Hospital. I was then referred to Manchester's Wythenshawe Hospital, which is a specialist heart centre of the Northwest. As well as the two large holes that I had in my heart, there was a number of what they call fenestrations, which are smaller holes. I underwent open heart surgery and I was in hospital for 5 days after that.
I had sort of this discomfort in my stomach. We were actually doing the Christmas markets at the time, and it wore me down and I didn't feel right. I felt very tired and dizzy, and so I went in and they looked at me, I described my symptoms. They took some blood off me and then they came back and I said, look, I need to go and start the Christmas markets. I've only nipped in to get sorted out. And he said, look, Graham, you're not going anywhere. I'm like, well, why? He said, look, you've had a heart attack.
In 2012, I suffered a run of arrhythmia problems, which I'd had in my past, but they'd come back and they were worse than ever, and I was taken to Alder here, where they performed my operations to correct it. But having that experience, it left me with psychological issues. I couldn't leave the house. And then come 2015, my psychologist said, maybe you should go to Heartbeat, because I wasn't comfortable getting my heart rate over like 80, so I wasn't leaving the house.
We get people to come in, we take a careful medical history, we look at their medical details, we do a physical examination, and then we get them going on the treadmill. Particularly with the heart, it will tell us if there's any signs of stress on the heart, severe angina, or any irregular abnormal heart rhythms. So we look at what their heart rate is, and we can use that as a guidance to tell them how hard they should be exercising during the classes.
I thought I was pretty fit. Because of this job is very strenuous, it's heavy lifting, you're grafting, your lifestyle really, and your diet. And I suppose again that's another thing about Heartbeat. They kind of switch you on to quality of life really. It's not all about 100 miles an hour. You know, there is the right place for that, but again, you know, they make you realise that there is time for yourself. Yeah, get everything back into balance.
I thought the only way I'm going to keep up my fitness level will be to join Heartbeat. One, because I felt safe and secure. And it was quite nice that you were surrounded by people that had gone through similar circumstances as yourself. I run a beauty salon and a spa. I do massage, facials, you name it, I do it. I'm full hands-on. And at the moment, I've got 7 staff working for me. It's not the end of the world if you have a heart attack.
Now come here and try and exercise and try and get back to a reasonable level of fitness. And at the moment I'm doing fine. My fitness seems to be getting back to a reasonable level. I go walking every day. I was a keen cyclist beforehand. Still go on the bike, not as much as I used to.
When I arrive in the gym, I usually go on the exercise bike like this one, and I usually do about 10 kilometres throughout the whole session on the bike, and then I'll do 5 and then I'll switch to the rower where I'll do 500 metres as fast as I can, and then I'll go onto the treadmill and I go on a steady incline, and that's great for my cardiovascular, I know. And to finish off, I move on to the stepping machine, which is the hardest piece of equipment in the gym. I thought that Heartbeat had given me my life back, so I decided that I would give something back to them, so I decided I would inquire about volunteering. In doing so, they said that I could help in the offices. My main job in the office is to count the money from collection boxes that come from shops and sponsored events.
Heartbeat have sort of changed my life really. I'm a different person to what I used to be.